Hello, and welcome to Wednesday Live with Evie, where I share a topic each week around productivity. And before I get started, I wanted to do a quick shout out to Mary Wu and Ellen, I'm blanking on your last name. Ellie Roan, there we go, yes. For trying to help me out with the technical difficulties I was having. I'm not sure what's been going on the last couple of weeks, but I'm here now. I'm running late, Jerry, and my phone was, when I was trying to go live, it was just a big blackness. So I'm here now. So anyway, welcome to Wednesday Live with Evie. Let me bring up my notes so I can see them. Today is Wednesday Live with Evie number 41. Yes, I can see your comments. So yeah, this is number 41, which means that there are 40 more of these recorded Wednesday Lives over in the video section at oneinsightcloser.com. So if you want to check out some of those topics that are of interest to you, head back over there. Yeah, everybody, thank you for hanging around. I had the issues, not you guys. So I was going to say, to say hi in the comments, but many of you already have. So whether you're watching live or you're watching the recording, if you haven't already commented, just say hi. Let me know that you're there. And so like I said, today's topic is on self-care. And we all know that it's important to take care of ourselves, and it's also important for your productivity. So think of the times when maybe you've been procrastinating a lot, times when it just felt so hard to get your stuff done. And I'm wondering if you were taking care of yourself through those times, or if you had a couple of the issues that I know happens a lot, where either you're not taking care of yourself, you're not doing some of those self-care things because either you don't feel like you deserve it because you haven't gotten the stuff done that you needed to get done, or you feel like you just don't have time to do it because you have so many things that need to get done. Yeah. So those are the times where counterintuitively maybe it's really important for you to take that step back and to do some of these self-care things, because it will help you be more productive. I know for myself, anytime my energy is just lagging, I get so, I don't have time mentality. Yeah, when this happens for me, that's a lot of things that are going on for me. And I find myself doing things like watching YouTube videos or watching TV when I would really be much better served with going and taking a walk or doing some of these other things that I'll talk about here today. So, I'm also at the end, I'm going to share toward the end, I'm going to share some of the ideas, the comments that people in my Facebook group said. I asked them what are the things that they do or what they would like to do around self-care. And so I'm going to do some shout outs at the end for the people who shared there. And if you have any things that you do, and Mary, somebody else said float. Yes, and Ellen said she floats. And if you don't know what that means, I will share what that means at the end, because trying to remember who said it. I'm looking at my notes here. Karen Carlson mentioned in the Facebook group that she also floats. So if you don't know what that is, I'll share that with you at the end of the video, or toward the end of the video anyway. And as I've been mentioning, I have a Facebook group, and that is Productivity for Women Entrepreneurs. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, it's a really great group to be in. You can head over and join it. And as one member described it, it's a great place. It's a great and safe place to be honest and help each other get better about productivity. So head over there and join us if you haven't already. And as I mentioned, today's topic is self-care. And yeah, walk the dog. Yes, Mary says, Quincy says, which is the name of her dog. Quincy says, take the dog for a walk. So That's one of the things that Mary does, is she takes the dog for a walk for her self-care and for the dog's care. So share, some of those other things. And you've also mentioned floating. So anyway, I know that we can all agree self-care is important. It's important both for productivity as well as for staying well, as in not getting sick. And it's important for our sanity, to take those breaks away and take care of ourselves. So one thing to note, although some of the things we have mentioned are pampering, it's not always about pampering yourself. It can also be about taking a moment or two and just noticing what you need right now in the moment. It could be you're sitting at your desk and you're feeling overwhelmed, and it could just be closing your eyes and taking a couple of really deep breaths in, right? That's taking care of yourself. It could be walking away from your desk for a minute and maybe going to the kitchen or water cooler, depending on where you are, and getting yourself a glass of water, right? It could be something like you're at a networking event and you're an introvert and suddenly you just need to be by yourself for a minute and recharge. So it could be just running to the bathroom and having a couple of minutes to yourself where you regroup a little bit and reconnect with why you're there and what you want to get out of the experience. It could be, Jerry Ann says, it could be making a cup of tea or taking a quick nap. Absolutely. Another thing with self-care is make time for it. Put it in your schedule. Do you want to go for a walk? Put it in your schedule for the time in the day or the days that you're going to go on a walk. And it also helps if you know where you're going to walk. So it could just be walking around your neighborhood. Great. Just mention, walking around the neighborhood. Maybe you want to go for a walk at a forest preserve. Make sure that you account for that travel time. And write down which forest preserve you're going to go to. Just because if any of you work the way I do, if I have to make a decision sometimes in the moment, the decision might be to stay home. But if I have it in the calendar with, I'm going to travel to this forest preserve and it's going to take me 10 minutes to get there. I'm going to walk for this minute. It's going to take this much time. Then I'm going to come home. I can kind of picture that in my head, which gives me a lot less to have to decide on later, which makes it easier to get out the door and go there, right? So make sure you have some of those details down if that's something you want to do. So make the time for it, schedule in the time to go to the forest preserve, walk around the neighborhood, schedule 10 minutes in the middle of the day to maybe paint your nails or read a book. Meditate, have a dance party in the middle of the day, in your office, just crank some music up that you really like. Go outside, maybe you want to just go outside and sit on your patio or sit on your deck or just sit out in the yard for a little bit, weather permitting, right? Put those things in your schedule and actually take the time to do them. Another thing is set boundaries. So I talked about it, a whole topic on boundaries. I think it was last week. And we went into some self-care things to do there. And one of the things actually around boundaries is Angie Brechtel. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your last name wrong. She's over in the Facebook group. And what she does is she helps online entrepreneurs achieve success through financial clarity. And she says one of the things she does is separates her workspace from her downtime space, so she doesn't get sucked in to doing work or getting one more thing done when she wants to be actually taking a break. So those are boundaries, right? Those are boundaries around how she sets up her workspace so that downtime is downtime and work time is work time. Another thing you can do, around taking care of yourself is, move, sweat, go for walks where you're really moving, right? Take a couple of days a week and go to the gym and exercise. Maybe the only way you'll work out at the gym is if you get a personal trainer, look into doing that. But that's also something really important for our mental clarity, is that exercise. It gets the blood flowing, it gets oxygen to the brain, it improves our metabolism. There's a lot of benefits for that. And it doesn't necessarily always have to be lifting weights. It can be that brisk walk. And a brisk walk is whatever pace is brisk for you, okay? Drink water. So this is important. It's something that seems so easy to do, but at the same time, like right now I'm just thinking about it, I don't think I've had any water for the last couple of hours. So make sure you're getting your water breaks in. That's something I'm going to do as soon as I get off the call, is I'm going to go and refill my water glass and, you know, have some water. So make sure you're getting your water in. It's super important for our health. Our bodies are made up of so much water, and the recommendations around how much water to get really vary. So it's anywhere from 8 cups is what you'll hear. I think that's really probably the minimum, to, what is it, half your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you'd need 75 ounces, because that's half of 150. And that is just over 9 cups of water. So, you know, notice, you know, decide kind of what it is for you and make sure you're getting enough water. It's super important. It'll help you feel better and make your skin look better. There's just a lot of things that it's good for. And get enough sleep. So those of you who have heard me speak, you know that I love talking about sleep because it's so important. It is so very important to us. And America is a sleep deprived country. So Americans tend to have this notion around, or tend to have a lot of pride about how little sleep they get. And it's not healthy. Most Americans need between 7 to 9 hours of sleep. And there are a very, very small percentage of people who can get by with significantly less sleep, thinking, you know, 4 to 6 hours a night. And that is a genetic thing, though. So those people literally have a gene variation that makes them genetically resistant to the side effects of sleep deprivation. It's called familial natural short sleepers, or FNSS. I didn't know that. I just was happening to do some research around sleep and found this. So I thought that was super interesting. So if you think you are somebody who can go on little to no sleep, really pay attention, because generally you're going to be sleep deprived. So notice if maybe you are one of the very few people who have this gene variation, but you might just be sleep deprived and you're just so used to it that seems normal. So just notice that, maybe try to get a little more sleep and see what happens. All right. The other thing here is, especially for us entrepreneurs, take vacation days. So schedule them in. These are the days that I am going to be gone from my business, whether it's a staycation or you're going somewhere. Schedule those vacation days in, because if you are working every single day, 5 days a week, and you're not taking any time off, you're going to burn out. You know, even if you're just working, whether you're working 4 hours a day or 10 hours a day, take those days off. They're really important to have those vacation days. Even if the vacation day is, you know, you're spending a couple of days with a loved one, or even by yourself, snuggled up on the couch and catching up on your favorite show or finding a new favorite show. You know, whatever it is you want to do, but take those vacation days. Check out the local zoos. You know, there's a lot of, I've been surprised, there's a lot of these little hidden gems around Chicagoland where you can go for free. Like Aurora has Phillips Park Zoo. It's a super small zoo, but they have animals there that you can go and see, and it's free. So it's fun to walk through, whether you have, you know, young kids that might be interested in it, or if you're just looking for a little time to yourself, you know, to walk through and enjoy seeing some wildlife that you might not normally see. I know they have I think they have a coyote rescue or something there that you can go and see some of the coyotes. I think it's coyotes. Anyway, sidetracked there. And also take mental health days. So if you're feeling really stressed out and overwhelmed, I know it sounds counterintuitive, but sometimes just take the day off. Instead of being frustrated that things aren't getting done and being super overwhelmed, sometimes the best thing you can do is just to take the day off and take care of yourself. And as my good friend Beth Myersky says, be gentle with yourself. So just notice when you might need one of those mental health days to take care of yourself. All right. Now, some of the things that we heard from the Facebook group, and anything else anybody wants to say that I haven't already, or somebody wants to share that I haven't already talked about. If you want to add that to the comments, I'll mention it too. So Karen Carlson, who is a fabulous massage therapist, and she sells these great eye pillows for kids that helps them look forward to quiet time, which is amazing to me. If I don't have kids, but I know people who do, so it just amazes me that she sells this product that, kids look forward to quiet time. So check her out if you don't know who she is. And and Ellen says she has one right on her desk. Yeah, you can, the eye pillow, yeah, you can, she also sells them for adults. So they're super great. I need to get one. So, that's one of the things you can do, but one of the things she actually talked about was going for a float. So I think most of the people that mentioned floats actually go here in Aurora to the Anika, I think I'm pronouncing that right, float club. And what it is it's a salt float. So it's water that has a really high density of salt in it. So Anika, did I pronounce that right? Anika Float Club? Yeah. It's literally like 3 miles from my house. So, what was I saying? It's a salt float. There's so much salt in it that it's impossible to sink. Like, it's just not possible. And I've gone one time. It's super relaxing, and it's just a great way to just go and take care of yourself and be by yourself for a little bit. And so that was what Karen said. A number of you, yeah, the corner 59 and I-88 basically. Ellen mentioned it, Mary mentioned it. Like I said, Karen mentioned it. And in addition, Karen mentioned that, in addition to giving massages, she also likes to receive massages. So those are a couple of things that Karen said. My friend Julie Blomsterberg, I think I'm pronouncing her last name slightly wrong, so Julie, please forgive me if you're watching this later. And Julie helps businesses with their HR needs. And she also does some career coaching, so and resume help and that kind of stuff. So she says that for her, the two consistent things that really work for her are going for a walk in nature, which we talked about a little bit. And she also says practicing Pilates. So, I'm not going to try to Google Pilates if you don't know what it is. But yeah, it's one of those, it's an exercise type thing, gets her moving, stretches her out, so those are great things to try, walking in nature, doing Pilates, or maybe yoga or anything like that might be something you might want to try. And then my friend Michelle Donnet, who specializes in all things self-care related, she mentioned that she likes and she recommends essential oils. She said she shared that scents, like smelling, are the quickest way to our emotional centers in the brain. So inhaling and uplifting citrus oil can help lift a bad mood. She says lavender is calming and can help you relax. Peppermint is energizing. And she says one of her favorite mid-afternoon diffuser blends is a peppermint and wild orange. It helps her wake up and focus to avoid the afternoon slump. And of course, she also is a massage therapist, so she also enjoys getting massages and doing energy work. She's also a Reiki master. So those are the things people shared with me in the Facebook group. I'm just going through to see what else was mentioned here to see if I missed anything. Of course, the floats and walking the dog, getting a cup of tea. Did I miss anything? I think I got everything there. So let me know in the comments either what it is you do, if you haven't already said, or something that you would like to try. So let us know in the comments whether you're here live or you're watching the recording. Let me know what it is that you would do or you already do or would like to do. Let's see if I have anything else. I think that's it for today. So one other thing to try if you're overwhelmed, it's a self-care as far as sanity might be concerned. But if you haven't already received your copy of How to Choose Priorities When Everything is Important, head over to the website at oneinsightcloser.com and grab that. And I say it's kind of a self-care thing because it helps you get all of that stuff that's rattling around in your head out of your head and gives you a place to get it all down and prioritize it. So if you haven't gotten that, head over to my website and grab that. A couple of the things that have come in around self-care is, Rochelle says, a non-working PJ day. Absolutely. Those are so much fun. Where you just stay in your PJs and tool around the house, watch TV, read a book, you know, all those fun things. Those are great. Oh, and Mary says she wants to try a silent retreat. Oh, that's cool, Mary. Yeah, let us know where you find that. I know that there's some places that do like week-long silent retreats. There's actually a place that does those, or they used to, not too far from where I grew up, which I thought was really interesting, but it was like a 10-day immersion. They took your cell phone from you and you were just there for 10 days without talking, and it was a silent retreat. So I had a friend that was going to try it. I don't know if she ever did. Yeah, Beth could probably help you arrange one of those, Beth Mayersky. So what was the last thing I was going to say? Oh yeah, the Facebook group. So if you're not in the Facebook group, head over to the Facebook group and join us there. It is Productivity for Women Entrepreneurs. I think everybody who's been commenting so far is already a member there. So if any of you watching the recording aren't a member, head over there and join us. I'd love to have you. And just mention that you found us through the Facebook or the Facebook Live if I don't personally know you, and I'll approve that right away. So that is all I have for today. Again, this was Wednesday Live with Evie. It was number 41, and we talked about self-care. And I hope you have a fabulous, fabulous rest of your week. And until next week, much love. Bye.